And they've been mentioning Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that's the there's no, because there's really in my era there's nobody else. The other person you can't do it.
This is not about music.
The other person can't do it, huh?
Yeah, so there's nobody else in my era, you know what I mean, other than Bob, I think.
Girl, you got me twisted over here. Every step I take, you
Keith Sweat, and I've actually heard some refer to him as the king of R&B. Keith Sweat is from New York City, Harlem to be exact. It's funny because there's always been a running joke about Keith Sweat, basically saying he's always whining, begging, or crying in his music. But to be honest, it doesn't matter how much he whines, begs, or cries in any of his songs, because Keith Sweat has blessed us with some timeless music. Robert Beresford Brown, but we all know him as Bobby Brown. Now, I've also heard some refer to him as the Prince of R&B. Bobby Brown is from Boston, Massachusetts, Beantown. Now listen, Bobby Brown is a very unique character, and his music is also timeless. Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown are both pioneers to the culture. With that being said, let's get into this curated, creative content. When Keith Sweat came on the music scene, he hit the ground running hard. His debut album, Make It Last Forever, had quite a few hits on it, and one that stood out was the actual single called Make It Last Forever.
Let's make it last forever and ever.
Make It Last Forever was like the epitome of a love song. I mean, think about it. Make it last forever, don't let our love end. That's good music, but we all know that it's easier said than done. And now you can't mention Bobby Brown without mentioning New Edition. Before any of Bobby's solo success, he was with the star-studded group New Edition. They too had hits, one of which you can hear Bobby singing the hook on. It's called Mr. Telephone Man. Mr. Telephone Man was one of New Edition's many hits. The song also showcased the talent of a young Bobby Brown. Little did we know there would be much more to come from Bobby. Remember when I said Keith Sweat's first album had quite a few hits on it? Well, if you go to his first album and listen to number 7, you will hear another hit. It's called How Deep Is Your Love.
How deep is your love?
Keith Sweat said, "Is it wrong for us to love like this?" How Deep Is Your Love was very relatable. The song was basically about someone giving you mixed vibes in a relationship. This was the era when most R&B songs had an actual message. When Bobby Brown departed from New Edition, he immediately began to amass his solo success. The album Don't Be Cruel featured one of Bobby Brown's early hits, Every Little Step. Bobby said, "And as a matter of fact, it blows my mind you would even talk to me." Wow. Every Little Step had a feel-good vibe to it. It was a song showing appreciation for being in a relationship, but it also made you want to dance. When we talk about 90s R&B, just know that Keith Sweat was a part of that movement. And let's just say he kept the hits coming with his song, I'll Give All My Love to You.
I'll give all my love to you. Gonna give you everything.
I'll Give All My Love was deep. It's one of those R&B songs that made you just want to be in love. Keith Sweat did his thing with this one. Now, Bobby Brown would keep the hits coming from his album, Don't Be Cruel. Another banger from this album was My Prerogative. Listen, with the song My Prerogative, Bobby Brown was making a statement. And if you don't know what statement he was making, let's just say, nowadays, they would call this YOLO. Nobody has the sound of Keith Sweat. It's unique. Nobody was really begging like Keith Sweat, and I mean nobody. Which brings me to another one of his hits, Nobody. And once again, the song Nobody was just another 90s R&B hit. It points out how extraordinary you are, or as I always say, extraordinary. Then Bobby would give us something for the women. It's called Roni. And yes, the women love this song. I bet Bobby Brown had a good time performing Roni, but it was a song for the women, dedicated to the women, and it was a banger. With all the hits that Keith Sweat was making, another one wouldn't hurt, right? This time, Keith Sweat would collaborate with the trio Cut Close. who also went on to have a few hits of their own. The song they would do with Keith Sweat called Twisted, it was very smooth. Twisted was another one of those songs that everyone could relate to. It's that situationship that you want to be more than what it really is. But aside from the message, the song sounded really good. Bobby Brown would come back even harder for the ladies with his next hit. It was smooth, it was about love, and once again, this would be a favorite for the ladies. Rock With You was that jam, point blank, period. Rock With You had such a good sound, not to mention it was well put together. It's a song that you can vibe to with your other half. Yes, this was a winner. Probably my personal favorite song from Bobby Brown. Let's not forget that Keith Sweat was a part of the supergroup LSG with Gerald Levert and Johnny Gill. The trio would go on to create a major hit called My Body. Come on now, this is what you call a cheat code. My Body was a major hit. But I mean, when you take Gerald Levert, Keith Sweat, and Johnny Gill, put them all on one track, I think it's only fair that we expect a hit record. The song My Body was tight work, hands down. When Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston were married, they made music together. It was a song speaking about the similarities called Something in Common. It was more so of a song for couples. Bobby and Whitney together, now you know you in trouble. Something tells me that the song Something in Common fed both of their souls. You know how you can tell when something makes someone happy? Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat are legends, so it's good to see them getting the chance to celebrate each other. They both deserve their flowers. It seems like this has been in the making for a while though. Check out what Keith Sweat had to say.
Lands on the check-in, Swiss Beats on the check-in, the whole industry's on the check-in, Keith Sweat. They all really want to know. I'm going to tell you what they called me behind your back. Swiss said, would you do the verses you and Bobby Brown?
I'm gonna talk to Swiss about that off the IG. But I have to do it live if I did it.
Like perform it?
Yeah, it would have to be a performance.
Yo, we don't need no Teddy Riley shit over here, yo, Keith. If you go in here, yo, Keith, you gotta play this shit off your phone with the computer. No Teddy Riley shit, Keith.
Nah, it would have to. No, that's my boy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We had those are technical difficulties there. That's what he got. It wouldn't be like that. Nah, we would have to. If I did it, I think it's got to be a situation where it's, you know, it's a live thing for me. You know me, I'm live.
You ain't got to do that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But if you wanted to, the word I've been hearing about, the words I've been Timberland said you got to do it. The words I've been hearing is Bobby Brown, Keith Sweat, who's the real king of R&B. That's the talk. But I'm saying,
you forgot about my boy Jacquees, man.
Nah, fuck out of here with that. He's a good guy. He's a good kid.
That's my dude.
He's hot. He's a beautiful guy. He got a song with my artist Angelica Villa. We love him, the Birdman. But no, we talking about.
That's my boy.
We talking about the Coliseum in Rome.
I know they can. I'm gonna let Tim and Swiss call me, and y'all, all three of y'all can team up on me.
I mean, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just a fan. Listen.
Y'all can all team up on me.
And they called me behind your back, and they said, "Yo, man."
Yo, I'm gonna get them my number off the air. Y'all, they can hit me up. Sweat. I know Swiss already got my number because he gotta have my number. Swiss already got my number,
right,
but he can hit me.
Thank you very much.
I know. I've been everybody been.
Look, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, that's the name people been throwing in the air.
Everybody been calling me about that. Everybody, man.
They've been mentioning Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that's there's no, because there's really, in my era, there's nobody else. The other person, you can't do it.
This is not about music.
The other person can't do it, huh?
Yeah, so there's nobody else in my era You know what I mean? Other than Bob, I can't even think of nobody else in that era, that whole New Jack Swing era. You know what I mean? Because outside of that era, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? For me, you know what I'm trying to say? So Bob would be probably for me the closest thing. I can't really think of anybody else. If somebody else could think of somebody else and throw them at me, I'm good. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think, it would probably have to be a live thing for me for me to make it work. It would.
They're gonna do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
So are you team Keith Sweat or team Bobby Brown? Let me know your answer down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you like this video. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and click the bell so that you're notified when new content comes out. Thanks.